Hello friends, in this video I'm initiating one Windows instance on AWS Cloud, and uh, on that Windows instance we're going to install and configure IIS Web Server. Then we are adding one website on that IIS Web Server. Also, I'm uh, going to create a SSL certificate for that website, and we'll going to generate the SSL certificate. Also, we will export the SSL certificate from Windows Server, which was installed on Windows Server. And suppose we have to export that. So all this process we are going to see in this video. And now I have logged into my AWS Cloud account. And you can see here, right now there is no any running instances in this account. So I'll initiate one Windows instance. So let's start one Windows instance. I'm going to launch an Windows instance from this account, and we are going to select the basic options for this Windows instance. So I'll click on instances. So these are the terminated instances. And there is no any running instance. Okay. So let's launch the instance. Now I'll give the name to this instance as Web Server Windows. You can give any name. I'll select the Windows instance, or we can say the OS, Windows OS. Now you can select any specific server from this list. I'll keep the 2022 base server, but you can select as per your requirement if you want any specific instance. So next is, make sure if you are doing this demo, then make sure you are selecting the T2 micro instance. Key pair, we will create a new key pair for this demo. So I'll name it as Windows key pair 2, Windows dash key dash pair 2. And we can keep the private key file format as pem.pem and create key pair. Okay. Now we are keeping the default firewall options. It will create a launch wizard 3 as a security group for our instance. And we will allow RDP traffic from anywhere. And right now we are not allowing any other port for this instance. We'll configure storage of 30 GB and type of volume is GP2. And this is the only basic or default setting we are going to keep for our instance, and click on launch instance. Okay. Now we can connect to this instance. In AWS console, you can get multiple options to go at any specific place. Suppose you want to click the connect to the instance, then you can go to the list of instances also. It will take some time to show the running instance in the list. Okay, so this is the instance. You can select that and you can click on connect as well. Okay, you have multiple options here. If you want to stop the instance, reboot the instance, and terminate the instance. And here are more options again for security group, networking, monitoring, troubleshooting, image and templates. And at below section, you can see the details of this instance. Okay, so we need to connect to this instance. For that, once you click on connect option, select the instance and click on connect. And in connect, we are going to connect with RDP client option. And in here, we have to decrypt the password. Okay. First of all, I'll download this remote desktop file. Okay. And click on get password. Upload the private key that we have downloaded by creating the key pair. Okay. So Windows key pair 2, this is we have created for this instance. And click on decrypt password. Okay. Now, here is the password, and we can use this password to access this Windows server. Click on connect. And paste the password. Click on OK. Now click on yes here. And here it is. We are on our Windows instance now. Okay. So if you want, you can check further details or from the server details option, or you can have that host name, instance ID, and these details on your desktop screen as well. So friends, now we have got access of our server. So whenever we are accessing server first time, we need to take care of some things. And one of them is to change the administrator password. Okay. If you remember, we have decrypted the password by using key pair, and that was the random alphabets of the password. There are so many random alphabets in the password, and we are not able to remember that. So first thing is we need to change the password of the administrator. So we will do that. So go to add, edit, or remove other users. You can also add new users here. Uh, Let me show you how to add new users. Okay. Now here, click on new user, give the name. Suppose I will give the name username as capital A, capital M, small letters channel, and I'll give the same name as full name here, and description. You can give anything. Suppose I'll give description as demo user, and you can set the password here. So for that, what we need to do is we need to uncheck this checkbox, and you can select the password never expires. Okay. And if you don't want to change the password by that user, you can check this option. User cannot change password. And so I'll give the password here. So give any password for so that you can remember that, and click on create. But if you are in organization and you want to share password to another user, then you make sure to select the first option other than password never expires option. Okay. And by using this option, whenever user logged in to system at first time by using the password that you have shared to that user, he or she has to update that password. And by that way, that is the secured way to create the new user. But I'm using this password to log in again and again. So I'll keep these options for my user. And now click on create. Password does not meet the policy requirements. So make sure you are giving the proper password combination. Click on create and close. Now here we can see our user is added successfully. Now, if you want to disable this user, you just has to go to properties, and you just have to select this option, account is disabled, and click on apply. If you do this thing, this user will not able to log into this system until you uncheck this option. Okay, so I'll cancel this now, and I'll close this adding user option. Okay. Now we will go to other users. Okay, let me check for the users. This is the user we have added. Now we want to change the password of administrator. Go to sign in options, click on password and click on change. So to change the password, we need our previous password that we got from AWS console. So I have copied that password and I'll paste it here. Okay. And I'll click on next. Now we can set our password as per our requirement. Give password hint. Okay. Now click on next and click on finish. Now we have changed our password. Okay. So remember that we have changed our password, and next time while logging into this system, we have to use that password. Okay. So I'll close this now. Now, actually, we need to do one more change before installing IIS Web Server. So that is, if you want to change the name of your system or name of your host, then we have to make that change before installing IIS so that that name will be acquired by the IIS server as well. So I'll show you that where that name we are going to see on IIS server. So before that, let me change the name of this server. So we need to go to system. Yeah, we'll go to system. So it is taking time. Now here, what we need to do is, if you see the device name, it is showing something EC2AMAZ, something TDNOR54. Okay, this is the device name. We need to change this name. Okay, so I'll click on rename this PC and current PC name. So sometimes if you are going to use this Windows Server for your hosting or for your any project, so you have to change the name of that host as per your project name. So or sometimes there might be some sequence numbers for your servers, and you have to give or you have to change the name of that host. So I'll give the name to this server as server 12. Okay, click on next. And after doing that change, we need to restart the system to acquire or to make that change happen everywhere in the system. Okay, so we can restart it later as well, but to make to take that name by IIS server, we need to restart the server now. Okay, let me restart it right away. Give anything, you can continue it. So this is the RDP file that we have downloaded. You can see this RDP file if you want, or as a system administrator, you need to do trial and errors or try to get more information about the things, and you can edit this file as well, means this RDP file in Notepad, and you can check the system details and how this file is taking us to the specific server. You can try that at yourself. You will understood that is very simple and easy. And so let's try if that server is rebooted, and we have to make sure that the password we are using is correct. Now it is taking the name as server 12 here, and click on yes. So here we can see the host name is server 12. Now we will start installing and configuring IIS Web Server. So for that, go to Windows, click on Server Manager. Now click on Add Roles and Features. Click on Next. Keep this selected, role-based or feature-based installation. Click on Next. Select your server from this list. And I think most of the time you will get only one option. Here it is showing the server 12 as we have changed our host name. Click on Next. Now here we need to select Web Server IIS. Okay. Add features. Now after that, Next. Now from here, now let me check. If you want to send emails from your Windows server, then we need to select the SMTP server option. But I'm not selecting this at this time. Click on Next. Web server role IIS. Here also we don't need to do anything. Now here we can keep the default options as well. Other than that, we can select some options like HTTP redirection if we are going to redirect websites from one website to other or from one page to other. Also, here it is, HTTP logging is already enabled. Okay. And I think default options are okay uh, for this setup, and click on next. If you are okay, then select this option also, restart the destination server automatically if required. I'm not selecting it right now, and click on install. It will take some time to install all these roles and features. Okay. And installation is done. Okay. Now we can search for the IIS. Open IIS Manager. Here it is. Now I'll show you why we have changed the name of this host. Okay, there might be different reasons, but one of them is here. It is showing server 12 name for this web server, for this IIS server. So after installing these roles and features of IIS, I'll show you how to add a website on IIS server. Now, every time IIS is having default website, you can try to browse that. And remember, we are browsing that website from the same host or from the same server. And not from outside this, not from the remote server. Okay, so this is our default web page. So in next video, I will show you how to add a website. Keep continue watching. Thank you.